is a very special broadcast. And of course, we must pray. And prayer we must this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven because Chukwukika Abiyama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Abiyama onye na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị na ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma ma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are joining from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Remember, in this channel, we speak about the plight of the people in the contraption called Nigeria. We speak about the problem that every indigenous tribe in that very contraption called Nigeria is facing. It doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. We'll speak about their plight. And today, we are speaking once again. And before we go on, I have to remind you of the prayer that we are making with our student Abbas Nnamdi, the 150 days prayer. We are almost at the end of the prayer. And I must tell you, a lot of miracles are happening. And more are to come. If you want to be part of the miracle, join the prayer. If you want to hear expressly from our student Abbas Nnamdi, join the prayer. If you want to know the mindset of Chukwukika Abiyama about the whole situation, join the prayer. If you are praying earnestly, just like our student Abbas Nnamdi is doing every day, on his knees, praising for you and I, if you pray along with him, you will never be confused. You will never be deceived. You will never be pushed around. That is why I urge you to pray with our student Abbas Nnamdi. Pray as much as you can. Do not relent so that you can't be distracted. Today, we can see is another milestone. Another day that the Biafrans are in their opinion, speaking on the seat at home. As you all know, as many as are sincerely following us with Abbas Nnamdi, you all know that the only single weapon that we have this time around is the seat at home. And the people are holding strong on this very seat at home. It has been very, very effective, 101% effective. It is because of this very seat at home that we are where we are today in the situation. It is because of this seat at home that people are still talking about the detention of Asinda Nnamdi. That is why we have to support the seat at home from all angles. If you are sincerely fighting for the freedom of the people of the contraption called Nigeria, fighting for the freedom of every indigenous tribe, more especially the Biafrans, you must have to support the seat at home. If you're sincerely asking for the freedom of Biafrans, looking for your freedom, a freedom of your unborn children, you must support the seat at home. If you are not supporting the seat at home, it is obvious that you are bringing yourself out to tell us whom you are. We all know, those of us who are the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have been following his messages from 2015 up to today, even if you do not start following on time, go and watch his messages. He is a man who has been very, very consistent. He is following on everything that is working. And this is a man who has been opposite with the politicians, opposite with the Nigerian government, because he is standing with the masses. The masses of that contraption called Nigeria, more especially the southeastern part of Nigeria, are in opposite direction with the government. And if you are speaking the same tone with the government of the Janjaweed, speaking the same tone with the political elite in Nigeria, you are not with Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. You are just showing us whom you are. We don't call names on this channel. We don't speak of individuals on this channel. But I am telling you, anybody that sits on any platform, it doesn't matter what platform you are using, to speak against the seat at home that the people of Biafra have agreed on by themselves, you are not fighting for the freedom of the people, and you're not standing for Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. Whatever is happening today is what our Asuni Nnamdi Kanu will support 101%. Our Asuni Nnamdi Kanu has never any day gone on the same direction with the politicians. And for the fact that the federal government of Nigeria is standing against the seat at home, and the political elites are bent on destroying the seat at home that is working to release Asuni Nnamdi Kanu, and you that you call yourself a freedom fighter, you call yourself somebody fighting for Biafrans, speaking on behalf of Biafrans, and you stand against the seat at home to save our Asuni Nnamdi Kanu, a seat at home that will bring his matter to the front burner, a seat at home that will save the Biafrans, and you say you are with us, you are definitely fighting against our Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. That is the simple meaning. And for those of you who are looking for the saboteurs, who are looking for those fighting against Asuni Nnamdi Kanu, watch the seat at home. Every platform you go, listen to what they are saying about the seat at home. After listening to their opinion on the seat at home, you will know those who are betraying Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. So many people who are standing with who claim to be standing with Nnamdi Kanu, they are the people that have sold him out, and they are still selling him as we are standing too. If you are speaking against the seat at home, you are part of those who have sold out Asuni Nnamdi Kanu, and you are still bent on making sure that it's not being released. That is the simple meaning of standing against the seat at home, that people on their own willingly have decided that this is a means that they will air their opinion and pay their own dues for the release of Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. If you are still one of those standing against seat at home, you have actually shown the Biafrans that you are one of those that betrayed Nnamdi Kanu, and you are one of those who is making sure that it's not being released. Because the Nnamdi Kanu we know can never go on the same direction with the evil politicians we have in the contraption called Nigeria. He can never go on the same direction with the Janjaweed government that we have in place. So if you are singing their tone, raising their own agenda to stop the people from speaking up, it is obvious you have shown us whom you are. The people who are standing against the seat at home, and the people who betrayed Asuni Nnamdi Kanu, and they are still bent on making sure that it's not being released. This is the obvious truth. We don't call them. We only give you the information. You go and begin to dialogue on it. Use your common sense as a Biafran. Biafrans are very sensible people. They are not idiots. They are not fools. Biafrans are very sensible people. That is why before you see people Biafrans rally against somebody, you must prove yourself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have earned every respect he has today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have earned every support he has today. Biafrans have tested him in several angles, different angles. He is as white as snow. You can't find any dent, not even one, in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we're following him. And anybody that discourages you from adding your own effort to something that is going to make him free, you know the right name to give to the person. Asuni Nnamdi Kanu must be free unconditionally. And it doesn't matter what the propaganda they push. We know the people who are following Asuni Nnamdi, and we must continue to follow him. We must continue. It doesn't matter what they do. The seat at home continues. You can see Biafrans. The spirit of Biafra have possessed every Biafran. Even a child is willing to pay his or her own part. They come with the propaganda of an exam, come with the propaganda of economy, all manner of propaganda that does not hold water. Instead of doing that which is necessary, ask for the immediate release of Asuni Nnamdi Kanu. At least take him away and take him to the correctional center, where he will have his freedom a little bit, to see his doctors, to see those who he is supposed to see, and to speak to us directly. as at now, every information that is being pushed out there, nobody can guarantee us that what they are saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this. When we know very well that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we know what he can say and what he will not say. In as much as we are trying to be gentle, trying to be organized in what we are doing, we know what our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can do and what he can say. One thing you have to know, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can never ever be on the same line with the politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria, or on the same line with the Janjaweed government. It doesn't matter the matter you are discussing, he can never be on the same direction with them. In some of his broadcasts, you can see him. When an individual, if you're a politician and you do what is right, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will praise you for doing what is right, but it doesn't mean that he's going to dance on the same tune with you. He never does. If you do what is right, he will praise you for that particular thing that you have done. That is whom we know as the supreme leader of IPOB. And people are now trying to tarnish the image of Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by doing what is not right. By doing what is not right. We know that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we know, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you and I know, is a man who is consistent in his word. He doesn't utter a word and go back in the word. Whatever he says, every single step he has brought is gotten from the furnace of prayer. That is why whenever he brings any topic or any suggestion, it works. This is a man who listens to everybody. If you have not watched, go and watch his programs where he was doing question and answering. Most of the programs that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hosted on question and answer, people ask a lot of questions. People challenge his authority, challenge so many things that is being done. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never fought anymore. He listens. And when people bring a tangible something that's going to work, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu listen to them. Today, we see a different thing. Let me tell you, we have to be very careful whom we listen to and what we listen to, and use our common sense in everything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always advised us also to use our common senses, open our eyes. This is the only man we have in Africa who can be able to speak the truth boldly and never change it. Very consistent from beginning to the end. You see some people trying to hijack everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have built with good intent. With good intention, they are trying to hijack it to use it against the same Biafrans they are supposed to protect. It will never work as long as Biafra exists. No human being born of a woman can hijack Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put a structure in place that Biafra struggle is unhijacked. You can't hijack it. You can't hijack IPOB. The indigenous people of Biafra, every single person living in the old Southeastern region, they are indigenous people of Biafra. For the family members, we appreciate the family members. Those who are contributing on one way or the other, we appreciate the family members. But every single person in Biafra land, time have come for them to come out and take charge. That is exactly what is happening. The indigenous people of Biafra are now acting the way it's supposed to be. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructed us and put in place command and control. Nobody is arguing with the command and control that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put in place. We are following it to the last. The command and control that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put in place was with a good intent. And command and control doesn't mean when you see a foolish man, you follow a foolish man. It doesn't mean that when an idiot is speaking, you follow the instruction. It doesn't mean that when you see somebody betraying your own leader, you bite to the idea because simple they say command and control. You have to be wise. The way some people are using this issue of command and control today, they are using this just like you see the Christians talking about touch not my anointed. I hope most of you know about that common language. They say touch not my anointed. Once something has to do with their own pastor that favors them, you hear touch not my anointed. Once it has to do with their GOs and their senior pastors, they say touch not my anointed. Not knowing that there are so many anointed men of God all over it. And even the person that is speaking is anointed also. You and I, we are anointed. God uses everybody. He speaks through everybody. God can use, if God can use an animal to speak, how much more a human being? If God can speak through an animal, speak through stone, how much more a human being? He speaks through all of us, and we are all anointed on the right path of God. Anybody that you see that is sincerely following the ways of Chukwu Kabiama is anointed. But you see the Christians, touch not my anointed is only made for their pastors. Touch not my anointed, they use it to push people down, to make people not to demand for what is right, today, some people are using the command and control that Sultan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put in place with a good intent to destroy the Biafrans. We will obey every word that Sultan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have given to us. Command and control, we are following it. And every institution that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put in place, we will follow it. Every structure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put in place, we follow it. But we are going to follow with our senses. We are going to follow with our eyes open. We know what our Sultan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can do if he's here. We know what he can say. We know if you are a true listener, a follower of our Sultan Mazi Kanu, when a word comes, they say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this. You will know that if he is the one that said it or not. You will know within yourself. And when you have seen it in your spirit, when you have walked through your spirit and see that this word might not be for him, it is left for you to use your common sense to apply what you have to do. And I will urge you all, for those of you who are still confused about what is going on, if you are still confused about what is going on and you're most confused, I want you to go back, go and watch Simon Ekpa message yesterday. Go and watch Simon Ekpa broadcast yesterday. Go and watch it. Take your time to go and watch Simon Ekpa broadcast yesterday. You are going to be relieved a lot. You'll be relieved from most of the things you are seeing. You will get an answer to so many things that you are seeing happening before us today. When you listen to the broadcast of Simon Ekpa, the broadcast that he did yesterday, go and listen to that very broadcast. When you listen to that broadcast, come back, then tell me what you find. In every information that comes out, you have to be very careful the way you digest it. That is why I urge people to pray along with Sultan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This man has been given to us and he is on his knees praying for you and I. He knew that today will come. That was why he prepared us for what is about to come. To pray along. And that prayer is a connection we have with him to know the true message when it is coming. We can see whenever the place that our Sultan Mazi Kanu is not supposed to be there. Wherever our Sultan Mazi Kanu is now, he's not supposed to be there. That is why you have to continue to do everything possible to make sure that he comes out from there. More especially from the DSS. He's not supposed to be there. He is not supposed to be in the DSS. Even if they're going to do anything, let him be in the correctional center while we fight for his release. That is why the sit at home has to be even increased, not reduced. Tighten it more. Tighten it more. If you know how you can tighten the sit at home, tighten it more. So that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be moved to where he's supposed to be. This is the right thing to do. You see, people, when they tell you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, there is no how we can give a guarantee of any information. They say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this. Even when it has been from one hand to the other. One person will come and say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. The other person will come and say he did not say. This one will come and say, even the sit at home we are dragging now. The first time they told us that that sit at home was called off, we knew how it was called off. It wasn't Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Someone else went on Twitter to call off the sit at home that the DOS have put in place. Someone went and called it off. Then Mazi Nnamdi Kanu haven't even heard of it. It wasn't with the concept of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was battle that we held it on. All of a sudden, we wake up the next time and we hear that information have come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to suspend it. After somebody have done it before, and there was an argument. Now, I don't know how they managed to get the info. And the funniest is that the person, we have lawyers from Sultan Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who have been going to see him. They give us update, and I appreciate all the lawyers. They are doing a wonderful work and a great work. The lawyers are doing what they are supposed to do. They are giving update on daily basis. But surprisingly, a lawyer, one of the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he doesn't know about this very cancellation of this very statute. He wasn't the one that brought information. And this is a lawyer that most people are putting in their mind that it was him that brought the information to cancel the sit at home. He said he doesn't know about it. He wasn't the one that brought the information. Who did? Anybody that is going to watch this video, if you know the very person that brought this video from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be wise if that person will come out and make a video say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told me in detention to tell you people to stop the sit at home. Let those lawyers speak to us, they write to us, let them come and let one of them come and tell us that I am the one that he told this. Giving information from one hand to the other, one hand to the other, and at the end of the day, it will be decimated. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might give instruction, they will bend it on their own way, and translate it in the way they, you know, in Nigeria, in the heart of a black man, every English word have a different meaning. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might use a language, they translate it to be different thing. Just like the Janjaweed are doing. That is why the sit at home must continue. The most important is that it is yielding result. And I urge you, go and watch the broadcast that our brother Simon Ekpa did yesterday. Yesterday being Sunday broadcast. Go and watch that broadcast. Go and listen to that broadcast carefully. You will get a lot of sense. For those of you who are still confused, you don't know where to follow, you don't know what to, go and listen to that broadcast. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You will know the truth, and the truth shall set you. It will make you more focused on what we are doing. And our Suleiman Nankan, he must surely be free. It doesn't matter what any human being is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody do. The Biafrans have spoken, and they are standing their ground until our Suleiman Nankan is released. It continues. Until our Suleiman Nankan is free and he speaks to us, we can see a solid evidence that he is talking to us directly. Then, only then, we will begin to talk in a different tone. But as for now, we are following every foundation that Rasul Nankan have led. Every structure that he put in place, that is what we are following. With our senses intact, knowing fully well whom he is. We know whom he is. We know when he speaks and when he doesn't speak. We know. We know what he can say and what he cannot say. So it doesn't matter the propaganda you bring. It doesn't matter the angle you are coming from. We know the truth when it comes. That is why I applaud every Biafran that is standing their ground to continue to sit at home. I support everybody in the Southeastern region that is following up on the sit at home, encouraging people, calling home for sit at home. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to strengthen all of you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to strengthen all of you, inspire all of you, bless you all more and more. Whatever day you have missed to trade in Biafra land, when you open up the following day, you are going to sell double of what you're supposed to sell, triple of what you're supposed to sell. God will open your banners and pour out blessing that it will be unimaginable for you what God is going to do to you. Forget those who are crying about economy. They are the people who are stealing everything that is coming to the southeastern part of here. You see the governors coming to tell you how many billions they are making daily in Eastern region. You are making such billions, yet you cannot repair a simple road of 100 kilometers. You cannot do it. Road of 10 kilometers, you can't do it. Road of 5 kilometers, you cannot do it. There is no light in the Southeastern region. And yet somebody is coming to tell you about economy and you are listening. This is the time to fight the good fight. The sit at home fight is touching every aspect of life in that very land called Biafra land. It's touching everybody. And very soon, I pray that every other person in the Janjaweed government will follow suit. Every other person in that country called Nigeria will follow suit. And it's going to happen. It is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the kind of structure he has, the kind of instruction he has for Chukwu Okike Abiyama is unimaginable. You can't believe it. Biafra is just a stepping stone, and whatever he introduced is spread like wildfire. This is a man who is standing for everything that is right. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is standing for everything that is right in that contraption called Nigeria. He's standing for it. Remember EndSARS. Some of you have forgotten. Some of you have. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu support everything that is right, and this very sit at home is one thing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will support 1,001 times, because the Biafrans are behind it. Biafrans want it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, if he was with us, he will support it without looking back. Remember EndSARS. It wasn't Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that instituted the EndSARS. It wasn't him that planned it. It wasn't him that brought it. But during the EndSARS, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting morning and evening because it was for the benefit of the indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria. It was for the freedom of the indigenous people in that contraption called Nigeria. EndSARS was supposed to be an opportunity for everybody to be free. I wish if the EndSARS had succeeded, today we would not be saying what we are saying. But what did they do? The same politicians, the same people come and destroyed it. They came and demonized people who were genuinely fighting for what is right. They called them hoodlums. They called them gangsters. They brought out their members of the DSS, send hoodlums to go and attack genuine people who are fighting for their freedom. It was on video. Everybody saw it. They went to the extent of creating ethnic division. They went to the extent of accusing our Mazen Nnamdi Kanu of sending people to go and destroy Lagos State. That was the accusation, a strong accusation to turn our Oduduwa brothers against us. Thank God for the tenacity of our Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. All those things were turned around. thank God for the vision that people have then. The Oduduwas never believed that lie. Our Oduduwa brothers never believed that lie, and that lie did not fly. It died a natural death. But what they succeeded in doing is to demoralize the people. And the NSAS died a natural death. The second time when they called the NSAS, did you see anybody come out? Nobody came out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was silent. Nobody came out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was silent. He never spoke about it. He never told anybody to join. It didn't fly. It didn't last for hours. Nobody came out. But the first time, he came out on his own, broadcasting morning and evening, supporting the people, guiding them on what to do. That is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does. He supports everything that is right, everything that will liberate the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. He supports it. And I expect anybody who tells us that he is a Biafran, who tells us that he is fighting for you and I, to support everything that is good. If you are not, you are not standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And definitely you are not speaking for Biafrans. You are speaking for yourself. That is the obvious truth. You are speaking for yourself. And we will not have it. We will not have it. We know whom we are following. The only person that is our role model in the struggle is our son Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he is white as snow. Chukwu Okike Abiama chose him. He makes himself available, and he's working towards what he was sent to do. He never deviates. Consistency, that is the key. You don't come and tell me sit at home today, tomorrow you call it off and begin to tell me a different thing. No. Before you ever say a word, go to your knees in prayer and know what you are saying. If Chukwu Okike Abiama permit you to go ahead and say it, say it. If he said no, withdraw. Don't say it today, tomorrow you withdraw from it. That is why we must continue. The sit at home must continue. And our Sula Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be freed unconditionally. For those who are confused, go and listen to the messages of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are available. None of the messages is old. They are not old. They are new every morning. The message of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi is new every morning. It will refresh you. It will revitalize you. It will energize you. It will give you all the energy and all the questions you are asking. They are already answered. Already answered questions. They are waiting for you to go and search for them. That is why today I'm still going to play for you another message of Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for you to be focused, strengthened, and know that you are fighting the right cause. Let us hear from Asuna Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency.
Because his body is in Saudi Arabia. He's not buried in Daura, not yet. His body is there. And that's why Aisha is upset with them. Aisha packed her things and went to UAE to live there. Because she told them, bring back the body of my husband, give him a befitting burial. They said no. They want to use the name of Buhari to conquer the rest of Nigeria. That's what they have done. But they have failed. And failed very, very woefully at that. And that is why this very truth must continue to be preached. If you have not seen it, go to my page. I think it is there. What do Malaya say? But I want to play what a particular man said. And then I want to showcase the foolishness of your average Nigerian. The foolishness of Bishop Coker. I want to let the world understand how foolish a Nigerian is. Not from me. But I want all of everybody to listen to this very, very carefully, please. And tell me if Nigerians are not stupid. Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes, what is that?
Kawu Baraje Alhaji.
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Yes.
And he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits.
APC imported foreign mercenaries. Baraje said it. Confessed.
What more evidence?
What evidence do you need?
He has confessed that they imported them for the elections.
Yes.
This is public. Why is the media not following up?
Because Nigeria is corrupt.
Why are we not asking for accountability?
They can't act because Nigerians are not intelligent.
So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
It was an interview granted by a so-called stakeholder in Nigeria. APC, the government, people are joining APC. You know, I don't want to speak against the Holy Spirit. At this point, I begin to say to God, there is no way a black man can be equal to a white man. It's impossible. You are aware I don't know how to show it. This is the Mises High Reporters. I think I'll put it on my page after this. If you go to my page, you'll see it. The man spoke very brilliantly. Nobody has come to counter him. Baraje is alive. He opened his mouth and said, a part of APC said, we are the ones that brought them from the Sahel to come and kill you. They're fellow Nigerians. And after this, you say, I'm a Nigerian. That is why I say that anybody, if once you say you're a Nigerian, you're sick in the brain. I never have regard for you as a human being, because that means you cannot reason. I will play this once again, uninterrupted, so you can hear him very, very well. And I'll start by asking him, I'm not going to ask him what he said. Who is responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria? Who is to blame? Listen.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention.
Yes. Go ahead. What is that?
Kawu Baraje Alhaji.
Alhaji Kawu Baraje
was a leading chieftain of the APC.
Chief of APC.
He has confessed.
He has confessed, Baraje?
The foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. Oh, he has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. Oh. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onovo. I said it.
Martin Onovo.
APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence. Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Kawu Baraje, his confession is number one. Evidence. Number two, evidence.
Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state.
Ultimatum from visitors.
Miyetti Allah.
From terrorists.
Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party.
Miyetti Allah.
We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion.
You see that?
I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain.
One Nigeria.
An official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station.
Radio station for Miyetti Allah, a terrorist group.
In collaboration with Miyetti Allah. We have Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication.
Do you understand it? Now, they were saying, this is for Fulani people, sorry, for Hausa people. You know, all these years when they were conquering you, Hausa, they said Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. But now they feel they have taken you over. Now they feel that they are at the crust of their conquest of Nigeria. They are now floating a radio station, no longer in Hausa language, but in their native Fulani language, Fufude. What does that tell you? As an average Nigerian, I wonder when, maybe there's something in the cow. You know, they have sex with cows and after that they sell it to us and we eat. Maybe that is when they succeed in hypnotizing us. The interviewer was asking for evidence. Let me now give you the evidence. It was us that translated this very evidence. Now it's all over the place. It's gone viral. Now let us hear from the mouth of the Fulani terrorist that the APC brought into Nigeria. Let us hear from them.
Idan ba gwamnati ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba Allah ubangiji ya tsine ma Allah dauki rayuwa ta a wurin nan.
Listen, it's in Hausa.
Allah ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta haifar bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga AK-47.
AK-47.
Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu. Mu kuma wallahi dalilin da ya sa billahi lazi shekara na 7 ina makarantar allo. Amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abun wallahi ina mamaki kullun ina tunanin rayuwata.
If I'm lying.
Saboda mahaifana akalla a kasar dan banga da su.
What did this man say? I will translate for you. It's on my Twitter. I don't know if it's on my Facebook page. That is why, because of these things, that is why Facebook is busy blocking, banning, suspending people. What did this man say? I'll take off my glasses to read. This man said, I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, the same APC government that our brother was talking about earlier, that gave us arms. I am saying this for people that believe in one Nigeria. That is why I'm... Hi, who are they? Who created this Nigeria? Who created these people that cannot reason very well? Let me read what this man said. I swear to the Almighty Allah, that is the government, that is APC government, so-called Buhari government, that is giving arms to us. Fulani don't know what gun is. We are only headsmen. Cows don't give birth to guns. I swear to Allah, we are on our own, and the government gave us AK-47. I am not afraid to say the truth. Bishop Coker, are you listening? All of you idiots that believe in one Nigeria, are you listening? You morons, monkeys. All of you who are being deceived by this multicultural, multi-ethnic garbage, can you listen? The government that you are hoping to save you are the ones giving arms to those who have come to kill you. And you get up tomorrow morning and you say, believe in one Nigeria. That was why when Ozo 1 was under attack, that was why when these people, they gave guns to attack Nimbo, Ifani Ugwani called, the Enugu State governor called Buhari many times. Buhari ignored his calls. Ugwani called the commander of the 2 division. No one took his call. He called the commissioner of police for Enugu. No one took his call. But anytime IPOB is having meeting, you come and start shooting people. But when the same people were under attack by those that they are sponsoring, they were nowhere to be found. Is that a type of country? Is that the type of country you wish to belong to? Let's be honest about everything. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of disgruntled Fulani businessmen, you can understand. If this insecurity were being caused by a group of, say, very retarded Fulani politicians, of which there are many of them, I can understand. But insecurity is being caused by the government itself, the APC government. Our brother said it here, and you think he's lying. The people that they get... Do you know where they said that? In front of Sheikh Gumi, Abubakar Gumi. He went to the forest to go and meet the bandits, and the bandits told him it was the government that gave us the guns. We don't know what guns are until they gave it to us. That's why I asked you, if they're coming all the way from Mali and from Niger, how did they cross the border with guns? If you claim that those that are raising us are from Niger Republic. So you don't have customs and immigration in the north anymore? Or because you see yourselves as one people, so there is no border patrol, no border policing, nothing. But you have closed the border now for nearly a year and a half. So my border is closed. And you're from the south and you're shouting one Nigeria. Do you see the depth of your foolishness? Can you see it? When I say it, it's not out of hatred. People say, oh, I don't like his style of agitation because I tell you the truth. A governor said, the governor of Bauchi State, we are bringing in Fulanis. We are coming to settle Fulani in Nigeria. He said it, he wasn't hiding. We are coming to settle Fulani in your land, in your villages. Do you know why that is possible? Because you believe in one Nigeria. If you are on your own, nobody can try it. It's called an act of war or invasion. But Fulani is carrying out an act of war and invasion into your territory because you are under one Nigeria. So in other words, they are using, Nigeria is providing them a cover to carry out a conquest of an entire, should I say, ethnic nationalities across the zoo. Is it clear to you now? Do you now understand what we are saying? Bishop Coker is afraid. He's from Sokoto, he's a minority. So he thinks that when Nigeria breaks up, Fulani will swallow them alive. But I want to tell them that we are all students of history. There is a group of, or there were a group of people called the Huguenots from France during the height of Reformation. They were being persecuted by the French authorities who were Catholic. People don't know that Roman Catholic fought with Anglican Church in those days. People don't know this, but that's life. Do you know what happened? Britain, being a Protestant nation, offered amnesty or struck a deal with France to say, give me all your Protestants. We'll absorb them. They're called the Huguenots. And they came to Britain. That is where the lives of Sir Peter de la Billière. De la Billière is a French name, but his family settled in England. He rose to become a general and led the war. In the Desert Storm, it was him that commanded the British forces in the Desert Storm. His ancestors were French, the Huguenots. So what I'm saying to Bishop Coker and all northern Christian minorities today is this: on my honor and on my life, I swear before God Almighty in heaven that with the coming of Biafra, every Christian northerner will be allowed to settle in Biafra land. So you see, Bishop Coker, you have nothing to be afraid of. You have a place where you can practice your faith without looking over your shoulder all the time, thinking who's coming to kill me. You will come to Biafra land and you will live there a very peaceful, fulfilled life in Biafra land. The same thing that the English did for the French Protestants, they're called the Huguenots. The same thing we are going to do for you. If you feel that you're threatened in the Sharia core north, and because of that, you think that having the East and the West in one Nigeria will save you as if some kind of insurance against elimination by the crazy, mad Fulani Janjaweed, you will come to Biafra land. We will give you asylum. You will stay there. Your generations will live and thrive. We are accommodating people. We welcome visitors. Then you will see what Biafra is like in real life, not the miserable existence you have in Sokoto. You want to stay in a country where people are threatening your life because you spoke. You said your mind and they're threatening you. What I'm offering you is what happened in England, though. The same England telling you to talk about one Nigeria. There was a time that the lives of French Protestants were under threat in France. England said, give them to us, we'll take them. They were all sent to England. They are called the Huguenots. We offer you the same asylum today to Bishop Coker and to all endangered northern Christians.
After listening to Washington Martin Kano, I must tell you, I am stronger than ever, more energized than ever, more ready to fight more than ever, more ready to go forward more than ever. And we must continue. The sit at home must continue from all. And if you have not joined, this is the time for you to join. Air your opinion for the freedom of our student Martin Kano. He must be freed unconditionally. It doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter what they do, he must be free. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our student Martin Kano. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to prosper our student Martin Kano. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to give our student Martin Kano good health, strengthen him, hold him strong until Biafra comes. Very soon, he is coming to join us. I am not scared about his release. I'm not scared if he's going to be released or not. Nothing will happen to Washington Martin Kano. He's going to come out stronger than ever, stronger than you can imagine. And very soon, you are going to hear from Washington Martin Kano from a direction you never believe. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember, bye-bye. See you again on the next video.